world, something strange is happening. Coffee shops everywhere are starting to look the same.
Can I get a cappuccino with whole milk? Thank you. We're in a coffee shop in Brooklyn, and it has a look you probably recognize.
Whole milk latte?
Hanging light bulbs, natural light, exposed wood, potted plants. This look has started to travel. We went to 4 coffee shops on 4 continents to understand why.
And there's a reason that it's happening right now.
I'm Preeti Varathan, this is Quartz. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.
And I just started seeing that whether I was in New York or LA or Berlin or Beijing or kind of any city.
Kyle Cheka is a reporter who writes about design. And a few years ago, he started noticing this trend.
Each city had its own version of this generic cafe. It was this kind of combination of reclaimed wood and Edison bulbs and big windows.
How did this happen? Well, the story starts with something we're all familiar with, Starbucks.
They created this idea that coffee could be a classier commodity than it was before.
Starbucks taught Americans that coffee wasn't just fuel, that coffee shops could be a place where people eat and drink and slow down. Starbucks made coffee a luxury experience.
We will give you a tray, we will give you sparkling water with everything. We want it to be a full experience.
And as Starbucks went global, it spread that expectation around the world. Meanwhile, in the late 2000s in the US, a design trend is growing that really values original materials and authenticity and rawness.
And that kind of bleeds into the Brooklyn culture that's starting to emerge around 2006. And then that hits right into the financial crisis, which draws everyone's eye back to these Brooklyn hipster nostalgic look, which kind of was super lo-fi and rough-hewn.
As you enter in our cafe, you can feel that.
Daquele calor, daquele aconchego.
Il y a beaucoup de bois.
Wood, concrete, steel, and light.
And while it's debatable where this look actually originated, it comes to be associated with one place.
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
It's a very New York, Brooklyn-y vibe.
And then something happens that allows this look to spread around the world.
Silicon Valley suddenly becomes a huge force in cultural life.
Visual social media becomes a major part of our day-to-day lives.
Instagram, I think, was the first major social media platform to focus almost solely on images. And so it kind of created this internet culture of taking and sharing photos in real time.
I came here because a blogger posted some photos when she was in Paris, and I really liked the vibes of the coffee shop.
And so it creates this like homogenized aspiration. Everyone aspires toward the same symbols of luxury at the same time.
As that Brooklyn look proliferates across social media, it gets refined down to its most Instagrammable elements. A nostalgic, stripped back, luxury minimalism.
Those digital spaces are really amenable to the minimalist aesthetic because the web is kind of empty and blank anyway, and you want these like super clean images that only have a few objects in them because they're more legible on a screen. That's when you start to see the rise of the luxury minimalist vibe.
That's how coffee shops around the world came to look the same. But if you ask Kyle, this is just the beginning. Because it isn't just coffee shops around the world that are starting to look the same. Social media has changed whole neighborhoods too.
Technology and social media is shaping the physical world.
In places with these kinds of coffee shops, many Brooklyns are popping up.
Bandra is also called like the Brooklyn of Mumbai.
The minimalist Brooklyn coffee shop look probably won't be the last global design trend. And places around the world might start to look more and more the same.
Hey guys, where is the craziest place you've seen this Instagram aesthetic? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to the Quartz channel for more videos like this one.